Short selling is a way to invest where you actually make money when the price of something drops. Just imagine that you're going to house sit for a couple that is leaving the country. They've just bought a brand new huge TV. It's still in the box, and they bought it for $1,000, and they're going to be gone for 6 months. And so let's say they give you permission to sell that TV as long as you buy the exact same model and replace it before they get back. So your thought is, well, the price of this TV is probably going to drop in the next 6 months because technology prices generally come down. And so you gamble with that, and you go out and you sell that TV. You didn't have any money, and you just sold that TV. Now you have $1,000. And then in 6 months' time, let's say the couple comes back and that price of that TV drops to, say, $600. Well, now you have 1,000, and you go out and you buy a new TV for $600, and bam, you give them the TV. They're fine, they're happy because they've got the same exact TV they had before they left town, and you're happy because you just made $400. You sold their TV at 1,000 and you bought a new one at 600 because the price dropped. Something to be aware of is that short selling is super dangerous for two reasons. One, it's time sensitive. So if you buy a stock, you can basically sell it whenever you want. But if you short sell a stock, it's time sensitive. Remember that couple, they were coming back in 6 months. So you had no choice but to buy a new TV somewhere in that six-month time frame. And for stock, when you short sell a stock, it's also going to be time sensitive. You have to buy back that stock within a certain given time period. So you can actually get caught. In the example with the TV, let's say the price of the TV actually goes up because there's supply issues. In that case, let's say the price of the TV goes up to $1,200. So you sold it for 1,000. You only have $1,000. You've got to find $200 more now to buy the TV back for the couple that's returning. So you've lost $200 that you didn't even have in the first place. So in the stock market now, if you try to short sell, you actually have to have some money on hand to cover those types of losses. I said there was two dangers. One was the time sensitivity, the time issue. So the other dangerous aspect is you don't know how much money you might lose. In the example I just gave, you lost $200 you didn't even have in the first place. But what if the price of the TV went up to $3,000? Then you've lost $2,000. If you buy a stock, let's say you buy $10,000 worth of stock, you can only lose that $10,000. That's it. Even if that price of that stock goes to zero, you only lose $10,000. But with short selling, you don't know how much you can lose, and you can lose more than you invest, or more than you have on hand, I guess I should say. In the example I gave, you sold the TV for 1,000, and then you had to buy it back at 1,200. So hopefully you had that $200 on hand to cover that loss. So that's the other danger. So short selling is where you are guessing the price of something is going to go down, and you can actually make money on that. But there's two gotchas. One is the time sensitivity issue, where you have to buy it back within a certain amount of time. And the other issue is that you don't know how much money you're putting at stake. So it's a kind of an advanced concept for investors. I don't recommend it unless you really want to dabble. And if you do dabble, just know that it's a very risky form of investing. Even if you're quite sure the price is going to drop, that time sensitivity can get you. During the dot-com bubble of the late 1990s, a lot of people knew these stock prices were overinflated, and so they short sold them. But they lost and lost and lost because they short sold them too early, and the stocks continued to go up. So even though they knew those stocks would eventually come down, people lost all their money before those prices started to come down. So if you have any stories about your shorting or advice about shorting, please put it in the comments. Thank you.